Hi everybody, Sergeant Salt and Pepper, back again to do another video. Today, move this camera a little bit. Today I went to a big record show. It's one that they hold in Louisville every year. And I don't know if I'd ever been to this particular one. I'd been to a different one that was in a different place once. But it's all I was looking forward to all this week, was just getting to go to the record show and just have a good time with that. So there was some good and there was some bad. First of all, the bad. So it's really hot today. It's like been in I think the 80s, almost like close to 90 most of the day. So I found out that this particular record show was going to be in a hotel. And so we went, or I got to this hotel place, right? And then it's like $5 admission, and then they stamp your hand, so you know they know who's paid and who's getting in. So going to this hotel, there's a sign up right as you go in. It says, go down this way, that's where the record show is. So pay the money, get in. First of all, it's a relatively big room with just dealers, record dealers, sellers, just all around the room. Tables lined up all around the room. There's so many people in there that it's hard to move. Everybody's packed in like sardines. It's hard to move. No fans. No air conditioning. This was the bad. So everybody, including myself in this place, were just getting baked in this heat. And I was only in there like about 15 minutes, and already I was just sweating, man, just sweating. That's the bad. But the good is I actually did find some good things. And I took my trusty, I have a record bag, a record carrying bag. So I got it at half price a long time ago, and anytime I go to a record show, I always take it with me. So just so you can see, here it is. And you know, it's got a handle, and you can just kind of throw it over your shoulder, and there you go. So first of all, I never had this one, but I was very glad to get this copy of it. I got Rush, A Farewell to Kings. This is a really great album. Closer to the Heart is on here. Xanadu is on here. The title track. Really great stuff. This is on Mercury. So, you know, you can't go wrong with a little Rush. And I also got Moving Pictures, which is another one this one I actually used to have, and so I was glad to get it again. I used to have a lot of Rush. I don't anymore, so now I'm getting some again. And I saw Rush in 2011 with my dad on the Time Machine tour, and they performed the entire Moving Pictures album live, and it was awesome. So next, I've been trying to build up my Todd Rundgren collection, because my goal is to get every one of his records, and then I'm going to go through chronologically and listen from first to last, and I might do a video and give my opinions on like each album. But I needed this one. I didn't have it. This is Todd Rundgren Presents the Ever Popular Tortured Artist Effect. This is the one that has the song Bang on the Drum All Day. I don't want to work, I want to bang on the drum all day, which they've actually used in like sporting events and stuff. They've used that song. And this is on, I believe, Bearsville, which was the label he was on for a long time. Next we have Wings, Paul McCartney and Wings, Band on the Run. I used to have this one too, and so glad to have it again. I mean, the title track, Jet, Let Me Roll It is on here, Helen Wheels, 1985. I mean, almost every song on that album is like a classic to me. Next, we got another Todd Rundgren I was really looking for. This is Something Slash Anything. This is the famous album that has Hello, It's Me on it. It also has I Saw the Light. So this was probably one of the biggest albums he did that's on Bearsville. Next we have another one I used to have. This is Jethro Tull, Songs from the Wood. This is a really great record. I love a lot of the songs on here. There's the title track, Jack and the Green, Hunting Girl. A lot of good stuff on this record. And I used to have a lot of Jethro Tull. I don't anymore, so very happy to get some more. This one was $1, so I had to get it. And I used to have this one too. This is Rough Mix with Pete Townsend and Ronnie Lane. So this is like, people say that Who Came First was like his first official solo album, but I think this one could be considered sort of like the first, because this one is not made up of like just a bunch of demos and stuff. It's like got actual songs, and Ronnie Lane used to sing with the Faces, who used to be the Small Faces. And there's good stuff on here. There's a song on there called Keep Me Turning, I think, that's really good. Next up, we have another Todd Rundgren. This one is Runt. And there's like a slight kind of rip on the cover, but it was $6, but because I bundled it with something else, the guy gave it to me for $5. He took $1 off. Very nice. On Bearsville. This is the one that has We Gotta Get You a Woman on it. And another Todd Rundgren. You're probably sick of seeing Todd Rundgren albums by now, but I think this is the last one. This is Runt, the Ballad of Todd Rundgren. So a little confusing because that record I just showed was called Runt. This one is called Runt, the Ballad of Todd Rundgren. So, you know, don't get them confused. But also on Bearsville. This was probably the most expensive record I bought today at the record show. I am not like a cheap person, but I have trouble justifying spending a lot of money on just one record. But if it's a particular record that's really worth spending the money for, I'll go for it. So I spent $40 to get this original mono copy of my favorite Beatles album of all time, Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band. If you know anything about me, you know that my username online, Sergeant Salt and Pepper, is a nod to Sgt. Pepper. And it says this one has the inserts, so I will have to check that later. I went to Half Price Books also because I like to go there too. I found this German import of a David Bowie record called Lodger. I don't know much about this, but I know that if it says it's like made in Germany, there's a chance it's probably somewhat rare. So I saw that. I don't have any David Bowie. I never had any Bowie in my old collection. So I was like, well, I'm getting that because that looks cool. I found this record, Blood Rock Whirlwind Tongues. I don't know what this is, but I saw that they do Eleanor Rigby on it. So that was enough for me to go, well, I'll check it out if it's got Eleanor Rigby, if it's got Beatles cover on it. This is on EMI, Capitol, and the Bowie was on, it says Parlophone. So finally, two final items. I got the 4K disc of Sylvester Stallone, Cliffhanger. I didn't have this one. I've actually never seen this one. I know about it, I've just never seen it, so I figured good opportunity to watch it. And I just finished part 1 of Cher's book, She's releasing part 2 of her book later this year. I'll probably get it. Not a big Cher fan. I like a couple of her songs, but I read the book and I really liked it a lot. I really got invested in it. So similar thing here. Barbra Streisand. Never been like a huge fan, but I figured the book would be a very good read, and so I got the Barbra Streisand My Name is Barbara book. So, you know, it's always good to have stuff to read. Thank you all for watching, and I will catch you all next time. Later.